Get ready because the news cycle is absolutely exploding and you're getting the inside scoop right here on Qualcomm Pulse. The pace is relentless, the updates are massive, and if you're not plugged in, you're missing out. We're diving deep into the stories that are shaping tomorrow today. From monumental government investments to the cutting edge of silicon innovation, we've got your essential updates. Don't blink because you won't want to miss a single second of what's dropping next. Let's get into it. First up, a seismic shift in the tech landscape as major government backing is making waves. We're talking about strategic investments that could redefine entire industries and secure national interests. What does this mean for the future of innovation and global markets? We've got the breakdown. Then, we're shifting gears to explore the broader implications of these bold moves. Could this signal a new era of government intervention in critical sectors, extending far beyond chips to areas like manufacturing and defense? We'll unpack the potential ripple effects. Next, get ready for a glimpse into the future of processing power. A new generation of high-performance chips has been spotted, packing an incredible number of cores and promising a revolution in gaming and beyond. We're talking about raw power unleashed. Finally, we're looking at how these advancements are set to transform your daily digital experience. From the devices you use to the games you play, the impact is undeniable. Stick around as we bring you all the details, the analysis, and what it all means for you. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and join the Pulse community. Government chips in, a new era of investment. In a move that's sending shockwaves through the technology sector, the U.S. government has announced a significant equity stake in Intel, acquiring a 9.9% share of the semiconductor giant. This isn't just a financial transaction. It's a strategic play signaling a potential new chapter in how governments approach vital industries. The investment, totaling an impressive $8.9 billion, is intrinsically linked to Intel's ambitious $100 billion expansion plan, aimed at bolstering the resilience and capacity of the domestic semiconductor supply chain. This initiative is a direct response to global supply chain vulnerabilities that have become starkly apparent in recent years, highlighting the critical need for self-sufficiency in manufacturing essential technologies. The government's involvement, described as passive ownership by Intel, means they won't be seeking board representation or direct governance rights. However, the sheer scale of the investment underscores a broader national strategy to secure a leading position in chip manufacturing. This move is seen by many as a crucial step to counter reliance on foreign production and to foster domestic innovation and job creation. The implications are far-reaching, potentially influencing the competitive landscape of the global semiconductor market and setting a precedent for future government interventions in other strategically important sectors. Analysts are closely watching how this partnership will unfold, particularly concerning its impact on Intel's operational trajectory and its ability to accelerate its advanced manufacturing goals. This unprecedented government backing positions Intel at the forefront of national technological priorities, providing a substantial financial injection that can fuel research and development, expand manufacturing capabilities, and solidify its role as a cornerstone of the U.S. economy. The move reflects a growing recognition among policymakers that semiconductors are not merely components, but foundational elements of national security and economic prosperity in the 21st century. This strategic investment has ignited widespread discussion across industry forums and financial markets, with many hailing it as a visionary step towards securing America's technological future. Others, however, are keen to observe the long-term effects of such direct government involvement, particularly regarding market dynamics and private sector competition. The consensus is that this development marks a pivotal moment for both Intel and the broader semiconductor industry. Hold on tight, because the ripples of this massive investment are just beginning to spread. Next, we're exploring where else Uncle Sam might be planting his flag in the industrial landscape. Beyond chips, government eyes key industries. Fresh off the heels of its substantial investment in Intel, the U.S. government is signaling a willingness to deepen its involvement in other critical sectors, potentially acquiring stakes in industries like shipbuilding. This strategic pivot was articulated by U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent in a recent interview, where he discussed the nation's imperative to achieve self-sufficiency in key manufacturing areas. Bessent's remarks came in the context of the government's $8.9 billion equity stake in Intel, a move designed to bolster domestic semiconductor production. When questioned about the possibility of similar government investments in other tech giants like NVIDIA, Bessent suggested that, while NVIDIA might not require such financial support currently, other industries could be ripe for strategic government participation. He specifically mentioned shipbuilding as a sector, where the U.S. might consider taking stakes to ensure national capability and resilience. This potential expansion of government intervention beyond the semiconductor industry reflects a broader national security and economic strategy. The goal is to ensure that the United States is not overly reliant on foreign supply chains for essential goods and technologies. Bessent emphasized that these are precisely the kinds of industries where self-sufficiency is paramount for national interests. The administration appears keen on leveraging its financial power to safeguard and strengthen domestic production capabilities across a range of vital sectors. Regarding the defense sector, Bessent expressed a more cautious approach, suggesting that the government would first evaluate whether defense companies are adequately meeting their obligations to the U.S. military before considering any equity investments. This indicates a performance-based assessment, prioritizing timely and sufficient deliveries over solely shareholder interests. Such a stance could encourage defense contractors to align their operations more closely with national defense requirements. The government's significant 9.9% passive ownership in Intel, announced recently, is part of a larger effort to invest over $100 billion in building a resilient semiconductor supply chain. This strategic move aims to onshore chip manufacturing and reduce vulnerabilities exposed by global disruptions. The focus on shipbuilding and potentially other manufacturing sectors underscores a comprehensive strategy to reshore critical industries and fortify the U.S. industrial base against geopolitical and economic uncertainties. The comments from Secretary Bessent have generated considerable buzz, with many interpreting them as a clear indication of the administration's intent to play a more active role in shaping key domestic industries. This proactive stance is seen as a necessary measure to ensure long-term economic stability and national security in an increasingly complex global environment. While strategic investments shape the industrial landscape, the technological race is far from over. Prepare yourself for a glimpse into the future of processing power, where more cores mean more speed. Intel's next-gen Nova Lake spotted, 28 cores incoming. The battle for processing supremacy is heating up as early samples of Intel's upcoming Nova Lake gaming CPUs have surfaced, boasting an impressive 28 cores. This sighting, appearing in a shipping manifest, strongly suggests that Intel is preparing to significantly amp up its core count for its next desktop CPU architecture, following the anticipated Arrow Lake lineup, which currently tops out at 24 cores with the Core Ultra 9 285K. The Nova Lake architecture is slated to succeed Arrow Lake in Intel's desktop processor offerings. The preliminary information gleaned from the shipping manifest indicates a configuration that includes a substantial number of cores, hinting at a major leap in multi-threaded performance. While the exact core breakdown remains speculative, it's projected that out of the 28 cores, 8 will be high-performance P-cores optimized for gaming and demanding applications, while the remaining 20 are expected to be a mix of E-cores, efficient cores, designed for multitasking and power efficiency, potentially including some low-power E-cores. These crucial details were first brought to light by x86 Dedenbach on X, formerly Twitter, and subsequent checks have corroborated the findings. Similar rumors concerning a high core count Nova Lake chip have circulated regarding mobile variants, but this is the first concrete indication of such a configuration being prepared for the desktop segment, as implied by the shipping manifest originating from India. The manifest specifically lists entries for Nova Lake SCPUs, with 28C immediately following, strongly suggesting the 28 core count. Further analysis of the manifest entries reveals that these chips are designated for research and development R&D purposes and are labeled as pre-QS, qualification samples. This designation signifies that they are very early engineering samples, predating the official qualification samples that are used for final testing before mass production. The presence of these early-stage chips confirms that Nova Lake silicon is already in production, albeit in limited quantities, for developmental testing. Adding to the excitement, industry leaks also suggest that Intel plans to equip its new Nova Lake CPUs with significantly larger cache amounts to compete head-on with rivals like AMD's Ryzen 7 9800X 3D. One leak even points to a top-tier Nova Lake chip potentially featuring a massive 288 MB of L3 cache, which would be a threefold increase compared to the cache found in the 9800X 3D. This aggressive approach to cache allocation could provide a substantial boost in gaming performance, particularly in cache-sensitive titles. While these are still early leaks and subject to change, they paint a compelling picture of Intel's future product roadmap. Official details about the Nova Lake architecture will only be confirmed by Intel at a later date. In the meantime, enthusiasts considering a CPU upgrade might want to explore guides on the best gaming motherboards and the latest DDR5 RAM, as newer CPUs increasingly rely on this memory standard. But raw power isn't the only story unfolding in the tech world. We're now turning our attention to how these technological leaps will directly impact your everyday digital life. Intel's Nova Lake CPUs spotted with 28 cores, hinting at gaming revolution. In a significant development for PC enthusiasts, early engineering samples of Intel's next-generation Nova Lake desktop CPUs have been detected, revealing a staggering 28-core configuration. This discovery, originating from a shipping manifest, marks a potential paradigm shift in processor design, promising unprecedented levels of performance for gaming and demanding computational tasks. The Nova Lake architecture is set to follow Intel's current Arrow Lake lineup, which currently peaks at 24 cores with models like the Core Ultra 9 285K. The leaked information suggests that these upcoming Nova Lake processors, identified as Nova Lake S for desktop applications, will feature a substantial core count. While the precise breakdown of core types is still under wraps, industry speculation points towards a hybrid design incorporating high-performance P-cores and efficient E-cores. Sources indicate that approximately 8 of these cores might be dedicated P-cores, optimized for peak gaming performance, complemented by a larger number of E-cores designed to handle background tasks and enhance multi-threaded workloads, potentially including specialized low-power E-cores. This crucial data first surfaced via the X, formerly Twitter, account X86Dedenback, with subsequent independent verification confirming the presence of these advanced chips in early development stages. While similar rumors have surfaced for mobile variants of Nova Lake, this marks the first concrete evidence of a desktop CPU from this series featuring such a high core count. The chips are listed as pre-QS, pre-qualification samples, indicating they are in the very early stages of testing and development, prior to the qualification sample phase that precedes mass production. Beyond the core count, Intel is reportedly aiming to significantly boost cache memory on its Nova Lake processors. Leaks suggest that top-tier models could feature as much as 288 MB of L3 cache, a massive increase over current offerings, and a direct challenge to competitors like AMD's Ryzen 7 9800X 3D, which boasts a formidable cache size. This focus on enhanced cache memory is critical for improving gaming performance, particularly in titles that are sensitive to memory latency and bandwidth. The implications of these advancements are profound for the gaming community and professionals alike. A higher core count combined with increased cache could translate into smoother gameplay, faster rendering times, and improved multitasking capabilities. This competitive push from Intel underscores the intense innovation cycle within the CPU market, driven by the ever-increasing demands of modern software and gaming. Industry analysts are closely monitoring these developments, anticipating that Nova Lake could represent a significant leap forward in Intel's performance benchmarks. The strategic importance of these advancements is amplified by the ongoing global chip supply chain initiatives, where Intel plays a central role in the U.S. efforts to onshore semiconductor manufacturing. These core count wars are truly heating up, promising incredible power. But what does all this innovation mean for the everyday user and the broader economic landscape? And that's a wrap on another whirlwind of news. We saw the U.S. government make a massive strategic investment in Intel, signaling a new era of industrial backing. Then, we explored how this could extend to other key sectors like shipbuilding, reshaping national industries. Next, Intel's Nova Lake CPUs were spotted with a massive 28 cores, hinting at a gaming revolution. Finally, we looked at how these technological leaps will directly impact your digital experience. Don't miss out on any of it. Like this video, subscribe to Qualcomm Pulse for your daily dose of tech, hit that notification bell so you're always in the loop, drop a comment with your thoughts, and follow us on all social platforms to stay connected. We'll see you next time.